What's going on, guys? This is Trice here for SportStop.com, and today we are taking a look at the Nike Alpha Elite Lacrosse head. This thing is a long pole's dream. Let me show you why. All right, guys, so right here I have the Nike Alpha Elite Lacrosse head. This thing is a tank. Before I get into the details of it, the meat and potatoes, if you will, go ahead and take a look up in the corner. On the scale, it tips in at 152 grams or 5.4 ounces, however you want to look at it, right? But yeah, that's a pretty hefty head. Now, mind you, this is a defense-oriented head, so the weight isn't as much of a factor. Weight typically means strength, so that's okay. The 5.4 ounces is perfect. But let's go ahead and break down the details. First thing you're going to notice off this head is it is not that smooth, supple kind of shape that a lot of brands are going for these days. This thing is very edgy, kind of aggressive looking. When you think of Nike, you think of speed, you think of aggression, you think of tactics, right? So these guys went right for that. It's a very, no pun intended, very sharp looking head. There are a lot of very aggressive lines, right? Not this like swooping kind of feel. It's cut, cut, cut. Everything is right there. You want to think of something that can turn on a dime. That's what angles do, right? So that's where they went with this. The aesthetics on here don't play so heavily into the performance of the head. They do play heavily into the story of the head. Like I said, when you think of Nike as a brand, you think of speed, you think of very oriented cuts, right? Very tactical, tactician style approach to the design on this one. But as far as the actual performance details of it, let's break it down. First things first, this stuff is made out of an all new material, very high performance material that they're calling Power Form, and the whole geared design mindset behind it was durability and toughness. Being a defense head, that's the two biggest attributes you want, durability and toughness, and that Power Form material is going to give it to you regardless of the weather that you're in. Hot, cold, rainy, sunny, doesn't matter. This stuff's going to stand up and be able to take the abuse, especially the abuse at the end of a long pole. Now, with that being said, this head is designed for a long pole. The ground angle, right, the ground ball angle on the scoop, designed to be at the end of a long pole. Now, this can be put on a short pole, but it might suffer just a tad when it comes to its performance attributes. Like I said, a lot of it is designed for the length of a D long pole or an LSM position, right? That being said, let's take a look at the bottom rail here. It's definitely designed for that high pocket. It does give you 16 stringing holes, so you have some options, but it's gonna want that high pocket in there. And then on top of that, it has a maximum offset to the head. So the head's gonna try to get that ball right down in the sweet spot of that high pocket anyways. So even if you tried to force like a mid pocket or something in there, the ball's gonna wanna rest up just a little bit, especially right underneath that third flat lace shooter. It gives you a lot of control. As far as face shape goes, for a D head, this does have a relatively aggressive face shape. It's going to give you a lot of control, a lot of feel and feedback, right? But they went ahead and they kind of tried to give you like a jack of all trades. They're definitely muddying the waters. This isn't as strict of a defense head. It's kind of got some offensive attributes to it, but it's definitely designed for that long pole position. Now, with that saying, like I said, between the high pocket and everything else, you will be able to get some serious performance out of here. But let's pull it in close and get some attributes on its aesthetics. Now you'll see Alpha right there, right? And then I flipped it over to this other side, big Nike swoosh. Now there are a lot of styling cues all the way around. I'll try to get my lights to help me out here because there's a lot of flat and a lot of gloss all over the head. So let's see. Down the sidewall, it has like little stripes all the way down, and then on the back of the scoop you can really see it. Let's go, it's like a geometric pattern. Where are my lights? Here we go. You can see it all along the back side of this scoop. Does it do anything performance? No. Does it look really cool? Of course, and that's important. 6 stringing holes across the top, big Nike swoosh there. And like I said, there's a ton of like matte and gloss accents all over this thing. The camera does not do it justice. Really clean though. and a great amount of performance is going to come out of this new material, the Power Form material. So you're going to be able to take this thing and run it through the ringer and it still stand up. Face shape retention was huge, especially when it comes to these long poles. They're getting jammed in the dirt all the time. You want to make sure that even 6 months into having the head, it still performs as good as day one. So that was very huge for Nike, and I think they nailed it on the head with this Powerform material. So that is the breakdown, guys, of the Nike Alpha Elite lacrosse head. All right, guys, so that's the rundown on the Nike Alpha Elite lacrosse head. Like I said, long pole's dream. This thing is really, really well designed. But if you agree with me and you like the head, you can let me know by clicking the like button, or even better, hit that subscribe tab. Check out the recommended video that is floating up above my shoulder. And as always, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day.